Hello, everybody. Elite Schofield here. I'm with my good friend and good cousin, Chris Gocher, aka you know him as Bikes and Bud. Um, Check out his YouTube channel if you're into like wooden making stuff. He's my great grandfather did that, and he's doing such a great job continuing that tradition over throughout the years. He's making some awesome looking walking sticks here, some wooden bowls, some wooden spoons, you name it, man. Anything made out of wood, he's doing a great job with it, dude. Just gotta let you say
I
that.
appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's basically what I do. I do artisanal woodwork. You might find the odd bike video, a motorcycle video on my channel,
Him
or
just out cruising.
cruising, or I might just ramble, or you could even see me growing some flowers or something like that, or just a daily life vlog. But normally you'll see woodworking, like Adam's saying.
Yeah. Well, today is something I'm trying new, and I've done this before. Is I'm gonna ask a good friend here some questions about like video games, wrestling, stuff like that, and he's gonna give me his answers on it and stuff. And at the end of this video, I got a surprise for you. Which I hope you like. It's in this mystery red bag here. I brought it with me.
It's funny, he told me he had a surprise when he got here, and I got excited, and then he didn't give it to me, and I totally fucking forgot about it until just now.
Okay. And you can answer any question you want. If you don't want to answer a question, you can skip it if you want.
Okay.
All right. First off, I'm going to ask you a question.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys
we got
noticed,
the old
we had
plaid
pretty
shirt
much
going on
fucking
here.
match today.
Yeah, we always do.
Twinsies.
So, growing up, you were a big fan of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yep.
What are your thoughts on? We both play Fortnite.
Yeah.
We keep hearing these rumors that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle skins are hopefully coming to Fortnite soon. Do you want, like, if they finally do that, finally bring in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, Fortnite skins, how would you like that to be introduced on Fortnite? I know there's something in the item shop. Would you like to see like a little video package introducing them, or what?
I would be willing to pay gross amounts of money if they did a live event for the turtles. You give me a live event, and I will give you my debit card number. That's how I feel about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very into that.
Me too. I'm worried hoping the turtle skins eventually do show up. It'd be nice to see a whole season just with like both the turtles. Have like Sprint to be one of the characters you can talk to and stuff. Now, second part of that question. Say that they bring the turtle skins into Fortnite, but only in the item shop, right? You had to pay like say 1,800 V-Bucks per turtle. Would you actually pay 1,800 V-Bucks for all 4 turtles? Would you just buy one turtle or like 2 turtles, or would you buy them all?
You're gonna make me embarrass myself on the first question, but I unfortunately, if I had the money, obviously, I'm not just made of money, but if I did have it in the bank and I could sneak out enough to buy them all, I would buy them all. Whether it was a bundle or I had to spend 2,000 V-Bucks on each turtle, I would want all of them. I would settle for Raphael, but in my heart of hearts, I would want to spend the money on all of them.
See, me, I will only spend the money on all of them if they did a deal. Like if you bought one turtle skin but had different attires.
That would be nice.
But they won't do that. So me, I'll have to go Raphael or Donatello. I won't buy all 4. I'll definitely buy just those 2.
That's fair.
So, first question out of the way. Everything's going great here, you think?
So far, so good.
All right, now we'll go ahead into the video game question here.
All right.
Okay. What? You played God of War video games. You played
all
almost
the way through.
All of them.
Yep. I've played every God of War game that was not made for a handheld device. So unless it was made for PSP, then I've played it.
Okay. Well, my question is, what is it about the God of War franchise that makes you've been so interested in buying and playing every single one? Because I played God of War, and throughout the years I lost interest in. What's kept you going? What as God of War as a video game franchise that kept you hooked on that series?
Had they not revamped the series a few years ago, when they introduced Atreus and a bit of an older version of Kratos, who settled down a bit, the series would be dead to me. but they've brought a lot more life to it now, and it's like almost a whole new series. We've watched one of Kratos' lives, which was him killing his family, exacting his revenge against the gods, the Titans, becoming the god of war, killing Zeus, all of that. And now he started a new life, seemingly as what would appear to be a human to most people, or normal guy, and now we're watching this whole other story arc where he's got a whole another family being ripped from him by a new set of gods that he's about to exact revenge on. It's just they did such a good job at just revamping the story and not making it stale. It's Kratos. He's big. He's strong. He's the epitome of any build a character I build in any video game.
Which, by the way, any game we play with Bill Cody always goes barbarian mode every time. I'm more like a mage or a sorcerer or archer or something like that. He always goes barbarian.
Tank every time.
Like even Skyrim, he's always a barbarian. All right, second part of that about God of War. When I played God of War, I ended off like God of War 3, then I kind of lost interest in it.
Yep.
Now, is there any, like, throughout the whole entire God of War games, is there any one of, like, the God of War games you liked the most, or do you have a favorite, or do you just like them all?
I love them all. I don't want to be a fanboy and say that the 2018 one was my favorite, just because it was a remake and it was for the new systems. But I really feel like they did the best job with the storyline, and no, I don't regret that. I think the first of the new ones, like the 2018 version, was the best.
Interesting answer.
There's not as much god killing, and it's not the same. It's a different Kratos. It's almost like comparing apples to oranges. Like,
okay,
I don't know how to explain it.
No, that's cool. Well, technically, he's killed a lot of gods, so there ain't very many gods left.
Many gods. I think, honestly, I looked this up the other day when my son and I were talking about it, and I think it was like 12 or 15 gods that Kratos has killed. Jeez. And I don't know if that includes from the new game.
Probably not. That's the freaky part, because they're gone like 4 of those kind of gods now, the Norse gods.
That's right. I will say I'm in the middle of playing God of War Ragnarok right now, and it's pretty amazing. You play as Atreus a little bit more than you would expect, but his gameplay is a lot funner than I expected it to be, so I haven't been too upset about it.
I'll have to give that one a try, maybe. All right, ready for the next question?
Ready.
All right, we're both wrestling fans. We've watched wrestling. We've gone to some wrestling live events recently. Atlantic Pro Wrestling is called. If you haven't had a chance to check those out yet, you can definitely find the videos on YouTube or the website. He's got his wrestler shirt he's going to show. Showcasing that.
This is Pro Atlantic Wrestling. I'm not sure whereabouts you find them all over the place, but I know they're here in Nova Scotia. They do events in the Louis Millet Center in the Minus. Adam, you had to miss the last one. You had a doctor's appointment. Yeah. But you made the first one, and man, he's been to many shows his whole life. Many live wrestling shows, whether it's WWE or just house shows in Berwick when we were kids. I've never been to a live wrestling show in my life. And I went with Adam, his dad, our cousin Joe, my youngest son Christopher, who is still 4 at the time, my wife, my 10-year-old son Malcolm, and me. And me and my boys' voices were hoarse by the end of the night, and we were so tired the next day from screaming and getting so into the show.
Like all the excitement.
I've never had so much fun at a live show in my life.
I've got to say, I've gone to WWE live events. This is different. Like, it's a smaller crowd. You get to see more excitement, more energy. I get more hooked watching this than I do in a WWE live event.
That's awesome. That's really cool to hear.
So, the wrestling, we've grown up watching wrestling for the years and all that. You were a fan of DX.
Yeah.
Right? Now, DX consisted of Triple H, HBK. I just want to quickly say, when he used to do the DX chop, he used to do it wrong. It was kind of more like this. Kind of. And I did not have in my heart to tell him he was doing it wrong for a little bit. So I finally did, but he's gotten the DX chop down perfectly now.
He didn't tell me at all. He let me learn the hard way by me doing this and smash myself in my junk.
You gotta learn, man.
And that's when I learned.
You see them doing on TV, they're not hurting
That's
themselves.
what I learned. I don't think that's what they're doing on TV.
Exactly. So, you had Shawn Michaels, Triple H, the New Age Outlaws, X-Pac, China. I will count Rick Rude as a member of DX, even though he passed away and didn't get much chance to be a part of DX.
That's right.
Now, was there any... did you have a certain favorite member of DX, or did you like the whole group together? Or did you have one person stand out?
I always liked DX. I've always liked everybody in DX. But there has always been one standout for me, and he never hit it big the way that I thought.
And that is who?
The Ass Man, Billy Gunn.
Oh, I thought you were going to say X-Pac there.
I always thought
my favorite.
I always thought Billy Gunn was main event. Like The Rock, Austin, Jericho, Billy Gunn, the Famouser. You can fucking hit that out of anywhere. That was like such a versatile finisher.
I'm sorry, but you just compared Billy Gunn to like The Rock.
Okay. That's a little
That's
much.
your opinion then. I'm cool with that.
You got to admit, the Famouser is one of those finishers that
you can hit anywhere.
You can just hit out of anywhere. You can make it look amazing because it can come from anywhere.
All right, so you like Billy Gunn as
I've always liked Billy Gunn, and I know, is he in TNA now or AEW?
He's in AEW now.
Whatever he's in now, he looks fucking incredible.
Yeah,
he's in better shape now than I've ever been in, and he almost makes me want to watch fucking AEW a little bit. Is he actually with his sons? His legit sons?
They're called the Gun Club.
Real life kids.
I think one of them may be real life, the other one I'm not sure.
Oh, one might be like storyline.
Yeah, I'm not sure of that, but
that's cool, man.
1 week he's with them, the next week he's fighting against them.
They do a lot of the heel flopping back.
He just drops something, that's all. Back to DX. Remember watching wrestling of DX? Is there any particular DX moments that you enjoyed the most that always stood out throughout time? And do you have any favorite DX moments?
The Tank.
The Tank?
That's
the Tank. Invasion of WCW angle there.
Yeah, that's just the most iconic moment I can think of for DX to me is them coming in with the Tank. Wasn't there another episode, or was this the one where they hosted where they kept saying shit?
Yeah, that was an episode.
That I thought was really funny too, because it was like, what the shit are you guys shitting doing? And like, he was giving him hell while he was saying the word. But that and the Tank one, just because that's classic. Like,
yes, that's a classic one. My favorite DX moment has to be the formation of when Shawn Michaels took time off due to back injuries, that and all the drugs and stuff.
That's right.
When they introduced DX with X-Pac, Road Dogg, Billy Gunn, Triple H, the night they did that with, I believe it was I know Mick Foley was in the cage, and I'm pretty sure it was like Al Snow or Terry Funk. Like when they just came out, like the New Age Outlaws, that was a shocker to me. Like they were going to be a part of DX. Like that's my favorite DX moment, was the episode of Raw where they showed the second version of DX.
That's right. Yeah, it is. It was like the second reincarnation, because you had DX, and then you had the New Age Outlaws DX.
Yeah.
Because the New Age Outlaws themselves were like a thing, right?
Oh, yeah. Where China was still a part of that group as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
I kind of forgot about that the New Age Outlaws were like big before DX. DX didn't just make them. Like,
no, they were already a standout. Exactly. They were already standing out on their own before they became part of DX, but it helped them further their
putting
career.
them together really did. But yeah, I totally forgot that they had been like successfully separate before that.
All right, other random question I'm gonna hit you with. Out of the current roster, if you were going to form a stable of 4 superstars, okay?
Yep.
And it was going back the new version of NWO, I'm calling it. Like the new war, new version of NWO.
I'm sorry, I can't edit that out.
No, I can't edit that out either.
But
I might change the prize and
I
mystery bag
apologize.
right now. Okay. So, I'm good now. I'm good. If you're good,
we're good.
All right. So yeah, if you're gonna form a new stable of NWO, I'm gonna increase it to 5 for you.
Okay.
Just because you burped there.
All right.
It could be a man, one of them tag team. Of the current roster, which 5 superstars would you pick and why? Or it doesn't have to be NWO. It could be like a new formation of DX.
Just a new.
Just like a new stable.
Just a stable.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
Obvious, like, I like Judgment Day, so I want to like start picking people from Like my first pick is Mommy, but like I don't want to take her
Sexy
from. I don't want to
Ripley.
take her from Judgment Day because she fits so perfectly there.
Oh, she does.
But if I was making
She's
my
hot.
own stable,
Mm-hmm.
would I want Mommy? I probably still wouldn't take her from Judgment Day because I think she suits them too well.
Well, Dom Dom. If you take Mommy, you gotta take Dom Dom.
Exactly, and I don't want Dom Dom.
Nobody wants Dom Dom.
I think I would choose for a stable. So we're talking like maybe 5 people. So I want a good tag team.
Take your time on it,
Right.
man.
I want a good tag team. I'd like to say the Viking Raiders because that could give them a chance to get built up as a tag team.
Mm-hmm.
Not that they, they're still pretty built up, but they also take a lot of L's.
They do.
Or
sucks. I'm a big fan of Viking Raiders. They always lose.
I would say the Viking Raiders, and I'm not saying that they have to stick with the Viking Raider gimmick for this stable. It's just these are the people I'm thinking of for the stable. Gotcha. So the guys that do the Viking Raiders, probably I would like them to stick kind of with the more aggressive Viking thing though.
You got Rhea Ripley if you want to have her in your
No,
group,
I do, but I want her to stay with Judgment Day because it's better. It's just better for business.
Take all 3 members of Judgment Day. Just leave Dom Dom alone.
No, okay. So I got
the Viking Raiders.
The Viking Raiders. I don't want Valhalla.
Nobody wants her, except for Arvar. Or is she? No, Eric. She's married to Eric.
Oh, is Eric Little Kratos?
Yeah, he's the bald-headed guy.
Okay.
He does look like Little Kratos.
He does.
He does. Not a fish trick. He does.
Me and Malcolm were sitting there watching one night.
And Arvar looks like
Little
Thor.
Kratos. He does. He looks like Thor from the fucking
oh
game.
my good lord! I just pictured that. That's
you
scary
never
fall.
fucking get out of your head now, man.
No.
All right, so I got those 2, the Viking Raiders. Let's throw a phone call in here, and I'll be right back. I'll just pause.
And we're back.
We are, after having some extended time to think about it, you think I'd have a quicker answer. But I honestly think, I know I was talking about not stealing anybody from Judgment Day, but I think you could maybe make Damian Priest work there.
Okay.
You kind of turn him into more of a Viking-y kind of gimmick.
Okay.
A little bit. And
Almost. You're a big fan of Almost. You like him? Would you put
Almost
in
would.
it?
I wouldn't, just because I don't think he would suit it. You know what? All right, so we'll take Valhalla. I am going to take her.
Okay.
We're going to take the Viking Raiders.
And Damian Priest.
And we're going to take Otis. But we're going to give them all a makeover to be a Viking
Stable.
raiding stable. They're going to be
Okay,
raiders.
The Raiders. That's
They're
interesting.
going to be the Raiders, and that's going to be their thing. And they're going to come out. They're not going to care about winning and stuff. They're just going to care about pillaging and doing damage.
Okay, a thought just occurred to me here. Otis, Arvar, and eating contest.
We could do that. That could be an episode.
Yeah, that'd be a tar right there. None of them will win that. Okay.
What about you, man?
Oh, no.
That took me a while, but that was a good stable.
Yeah, they call the Raiders. Yeah, they actually might start winning some matches there, hopefully. All right. You have played Nintendo 64, Sega, regular Nintendo, PS, Xbox, Nintendo GameCube. I can go on and on.
Yep.
They started remaking video games like Final Fantasy VII. We're a big fan of that. They remade that to like for the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and all
That's
that.
Right.
Chrono Cross, they brought that out.
Uh-huh.
Is there any games you played way back there that you'd like to see be introduced as a newer copy on the PS5? So I got one right off top of my list.
It was called Earthbound, and it was for the Nintendo 64. It's a RPG, like a turn-based RPG.
Never played it.
All of your party members follow behind your character as you move, like in a little Slither.io kind of thing, right? Like, if you have 3 people behind you, they follow behind you, and
they just don't take off on.
No, they don't just take off, and they don't just disappear when you're out of battle. You can always see them.
Okay.
And enemies are visible on the screen before the battle. So you see an enemy, you decide to walk up and engage in battle or go away.
Okay, yeah.
Once you become of certain strength, higher than the enemy, they'll flee from you.
Oh, that's cool. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I never hardly.
So you can chase them down, even though it doesn't give you much experience anymore because you're too high a level. But it was something cool that you don't see in a lot of video games. The higher level you got, the lower level enemies would flee from you.
I've never played that game.
It's called Earthbound.
I have to check that out on YouTube.
The graphics are very reminiscent of Game Boy Color Pokemon games.
Okay.
Very, very reminiscent of
You know the one that came off the top of my mind?
What's that?
Actually, is a freeway tie, actually. Legends of Dragoon.
Yeah.
Love that game.
Yeah.
Desert Storm, which we played the hell of.
Desert Storm.
Which I'll love the remake of. And Banjo-Kazooie.
Those first 2 are all... if I had a list of 3, that would be it.
I'd love to see those remade, newer graphics, but keep the storyline from the original. Don't change the storyline out. That'd be the only thing I won't like.
When they re-released Banjo-Kazooie and all they did was re-released it, but they didn't change it, it was a terrible re-release.
See, I didn't know they re-released it.
Me and Malcolm tried to play it, and it was just unplayable.
I didn't know they did that.
It felt like...
I learned something new.
It felt like you were... The analogs were like you were on ice.
Okay.
The response was like you were on ice.
Slow.
Like you stop and your guy runs a couple more steps before he actually stops and stuff like that.
Okay. All right, question.
Right.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle question. I will always love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in time. That's gotta be your favorite turtle game too, right? That's one of your favorites.
Yes.
Playing that game, what was the coolest level and the coolest boss you liked in that game? Or did you have any favorites?
Oh, I think the one I like the most now, I probably hated it the most because I didn't understand how to do it when I was a kid, but was when you had to throw the foot shoulders at Shredder's face. It was fun because it was different, but I didn't understand what buttons I had to press in the sequence to make my guy throw the fucking foot soldier. So you could be doing it for like 30 seconds and we could have that mission beat. Or you could be playing it for like 10 minutes, 45 minutes, and have one fucking soldier thrown. Yeah.
Okay. So that Switter boss, okay. Any particular level you like?
One particular level I didn't like was the one with Slash, and it had the
Was that the dinosaur level?
Yes.
I hated that when the pterodactyls dropped foot soldiers down and stuff.
Yeah,
that was
that's
my
the one
least
I
favorite
didn't
level
like too, man.
My favorite level had to be Bebop and Rocksteady on the pirate ship. That was my favorite.
That was good.
And fighting both of them at the same time. That was
because
cool.
he didn't get to do that much. It was only Tokar, Razor, then Bebop, and Rocksteady. Everybody else he fought solo.
Yep. So that was cool fighting two enemies, and it had to be Bebop and Rocksteady. Just like them dressed as pirates was hilarious.
Well, yeah, because like nowhere else in the game was anybody else dressed up in cosplay.
Yeah, exactly. Just those two.
They were all themselves, except for Bebop and Rocksteady were pirates.
The easiest boss to beat was Baxter Stockman in the fly. That was the easiest guy to beat.
You fight him on the bridge.
Jump off and kick him.
He was nothing. Yeah,
jump kick,
spin kick.
Exactly.
Dead.
All right. This is a question that actually I and my good friend Joey, we have comic book collection. I'm a big fan of the Avengers, right? He collects a shitload of Batman, which I kind of could get into, couldn't. You never really had a comic book collection, did you?
No, I never.
Could you not get into comic books? Or?
It's weird because I used to read a lot, like not a lot, but like I've read the Harry Potter series.
Yeah,
I've read a lot.
I remember that 4 book you had. That was like a thick book.
Yeah, I read like J.R.R. Tolkien stuff, like Game of Thrones stuff. Comics never ever
interested you,
piqued my interest, and I tried.
I was curious why,
because I had even borrowed comics from you before, but they just never fucking got it, man. I bet you if I went back now, I would probably have more interest in them than I did back then, honestly.
No, I was always wondering that because I always read like Avengers.
I know,
X-Men
we were like we've been best friends our whole life.
Yeah,
and you've always read comics, and I've always just listened to what the comic was about because I didn't read it.
No.
So all my comic knowledge comes from you.
So say if you could go back in time and actually start reading a comic between Marvel, the Avengers, X-Men, Batman, like a superhero one.
Yeah.
All those, which one would you actually might consider reading? If you were to get in, like,
I would still say Marvel, just knowing now that that's become the biggest cinematic universe, where I would want to know the most about it.
Okay, interesting. This is a rational question.
Right.
We're both fans of Rhino. Rhino throughout his career in WWE, he was like hardcore champion, United States champion. He never got the world title picture, right? Yeah. Until he went to TNA, which he became NWA Worldwide Champion. He beat Jeff Jarrett at Bound for Glory 2005. And he lost it by the Genesis 2005, which was like a few weeks there, which is a shame. Do you think in WWE that Rhino should have been like a main champion, like a world heavyweight WWE champion? Or do you think he was just better as mid-card and not a main eventer?
You know how much this hurts my heart because I love Rhino to death. I love Rhino so much. I'm a bigger fan of Rhino than you are. I'm such a Rhino fan. I got you a Rhino cameo for your birthday.
Yes. And to this day, I'm still trying to find a Rhino action figure.
So, I love Rhino, but I don't think he had. Well, I know he didn't have any mic talent.
No, so you don't think he had like a main event?
He didn't have main event. Push? No, he just didn't have the main event quality. Had nothing ever happened to ECW, or there been a business that stayed like ECW, he could have main evented that his whole career. But I think he was just too small a fish and too big of a pond at WWE. Yeah.
Okay.
There were just too many people. And even with a mouthpiece, like I was saying earlier, Paul Heyman, he can take you a long ways, but I think Rhino himself, his stature, his shortness, he doesn't have a lot of different looks. He's certainly, I can't picture how he ever would have been a merchandise seller.
No.
And that's a big part of being a main eventer.
And sure, I'd probably say gold. That's both.
Like, there's not a lot of merchandise you can do for Rhino.
No, maybe a picture of a rhinoceros.
Yeah, no, man. Unfortunately, I love Rhino, but I don't think he ever would have been main event WWE. Okay. TNA, I get it.
Because they're a smaller promotion.
They're a smaller promotion.
I still don't understand how they're still in business, but
it's
just
unreal.
Me. All right. Undertaker. Was there Me, I always, same as my father, we love the American Badass persona of Undertaker. Was there any? Did you like the American Badass Undertaker, or did you always prefer Undertaker as like the Dead Man Undertaker?
American Badass, 100%, man.
Remember I used
Back driving out of the fucking ring, man, and
on
he
the
just
bike.
stops and his arm goes up and the lights go out, and then Roland starts to play by Limp Bizkit.
Title belt around his neck.
Yeah, he wore the belt around his neck.
He did.
There was nothing more badass.
I know. He did a great job as hardcore champion doing that.
And like, as someone who drives a bike, like an actual bike, the way he whipped that bike down to the ring and actually whipped it around.
That's some skill there.
Not knowing it at the time, he fucking whipped it around there pretty quick, man. He like definitely rode a bike for real in real life. That wasn't just, he didn't just do it at night for the show. He knew what he was doing. It was cool, man. And the older I get, the more I respect that. But I love The Last Ride. I love the devil t-shirt symbol, like had no sleeves. It just went over his neck. Yeah, he had the equalizer and stuff. No, man.
American Badass all the way.
American Badass.
Thumbs up there.
Yeah, 2 thumbs up for American Badass Undertaker.
This is my second part of this question. When Brock Lesnar ended the Undertaker's undefeated streak of WrestleMania 30, right?
Yeah.
He ended it, so Undertaker lost his undefeated streak. During the whole career of the Undertaker, of how much he worked his ass off in that company, right? Busted his ass off, worked injured. Like when he had that opera mask on.
That's right.
Apparently he was injured when he was wrestling like that.
He had a broken orbital or something like that.
All the work he's put into that. Do you think they should, me honestly, they should have had him retire on defeat at WrestleMania? What do you think?
Okay, I thought we were going different directions with that. I thought you were going to ask me if they should have had somebody else break the streak.
No.
Which I would have said no. I think Brock Lesnar is a good choice to break the streak if somebody had to break it. But your question is, do I think they should have let him retire undefeated?
With that streak undefeated.
Yes, I do.
And same with me.
I do. That's never even occurred to me until now, Adam, that he could have just retired with that streak intact.
Because that'd been an awesome accolade if I was correct. Nobody ever beat him at WrestleMania.
Right now, they're trying to give Roman this longest championship reign ever.
If I could edit that.
So why could they? Why would they not have let Undertaker done that? He's never jumped ship. He was a lifer.
I know.
He stayed when everybody else left.
Like Nash, Scott Hall, Bret Hart.
As soon as Vince brought him over, after he was told that by WCW nobody would ever pay to see him wrestle,
his career skyrocketed.
When Vince McMahon called Mark Calloway and said, "Is this the Undertaker?" and the Undertaker says, "Yes."
Mm-hmm.
That was it from there, man. Have you ever heard that story?
No, I've checked that out, but you said Roman Reigns. I wish I could edit that name out of this video. I'm sorry, I'm not a Roman Reigns fan. Got a couple more questions for you. If you're cool with a couple more.
I do. One question.
Yeah.
Check out Stone Cold's podcast with
the Undertaker.
I've
seen some of it, but not all.
Watch the whole thing. I know it's like 3 or 4 hours long. Yeah. It's worth watching the whole thing. It's fucking really good.
Dad have to watch
he tells the story about how he first met Vince and stuff too.
Okay.
You guys check it out too. After
video game question time.
Okay.
We played when we went. I'm sorry, not where we went. We played video games a lot. What is your favorite wrestling video game throughout, like the WWE 2Ks, the WrestleMania 2000, which is my personal favorite, hands down? What is your favorite wrestling game of all time that you have played physically with the controls?
Surprised, man. Up until now, I would say WrestleMania 2000.
I know where you're going with this.
Or No Mercy.
Oh, okay. Or no, you're gonna throw me a curveball.
There was 3 possibilities that I was going with. Mm-hmm. They're all for Nintendo 64. Yeah. It was 2000, No Mercy, or Warzone. Mm-hmm. Actually, there was a couple. There's a few more for N64. There was WCW versus NWO.
Yeah, the WCW NWO Revenge.
But
ECW.
I honestly think. I know I've only played it a couple times. I've only had a couple matches on
2K23.
But I think 2K23 might be my fucking favorite
I'm
wrestling
waiting for
game
you to
ever.
buy it so we can do GMO together.
I'm almost convinced. I've had enough fun in the few matches we've had that I think I'm almost fucking convinced to buy her, bro.
You're going 2K23.
I'm gonna go with 2K23 for my favorite.
I am still sticking with WrestleMania 2000 just because
That's
of
fair.
the graphics and that, and like you know, if you see your name in bronze.
No, must be neighbors. That's how it's just a family coming home.
With the names in bronze, you knew that was a title match.
Yes.
Remember that in the background?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that was cool. All right, got 2 more questions for you.
Okay.
All right. This is, of course, a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle question. I can't help it. We're both fans of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. You played a whole bunch of Turtle games. We had a bunch of, and then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle action figures and all that. If, say, this is crazy, would you, if you had the money, would you go and buy a bike? You have, like, right here, there's some here, and there's some over here.
I'll show them just so they can see right quick.
Action figures you've collected.
This is like a collector's kit from when we were kids. This is like the original 80s series.
It holds 12 figures, it says.
Yeah, it holds 12 figures, and then I guess the rest is in French, but I may have shown you guys this before. But yeah, and then I got some old figures over there and stuff. But
is there any, if you had the money, would you actually go right now, like on Amazon, eBay, would you start collecting Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle action figures, or would you collect certain ones throughout ones you played?
I think that there's so many of them over the years. Like, they made them for everything.
Remember the ones you open up that you can change the head to a baby turtle?
That's right.
And that?
I think if I had just infinite funds and I could do it however I wanted, I would go on and I would specifically search for ones that you and I played as kids. I wouldn't care about the value of them or if it was the most popular or rarest.
No,
I would want to have them again. I want Hawaiian Mikey. You remember Hawaiian Mikey? He had like a Hawaiian shirt on and sunglasses.
Rock style Donatello the Mohawk.
Yeah, exactly, man. Like those would be the ones I'd be looking for.
Remember the ones that you can make into like a car or a bus?
Yes, you had all of those. You had all of them.
I'd like to get those again. All right, so you only go after the ones we played in that.
That's what I would essentially do. Answer. Like I'd love to be able to just buy them all, but what I would want to do would be the ones that we had.
Video game question time.
Okay.
You played like Xbox, GameCube, and all that.
Yep.
What is your favorite game console? Not PS4, PS5.
So
older style.
Excluding like an older system.
Yeah, like Sega Genesis, Nintendo 64. What was your favorite game console you played?
N64.
Okay.
And
your least favorite?
My least favorite? GameCube.
Why was GameCube your least favorite?
I felt like it was the most glitchy. And it didn't come with a memory card. And we had to restart WrestleMania 18 a lot of times, and I didn't have enough posters to cover up all the holes I made in my wall.
No, I remember that.
And then I got in trouble by my mom.
The game disc was small.
Just one sec.
Yeah, so I remember the disc was so small.
They were tiny, and like I said, they didn't come with a memory card.
Yeah.
The controllers were terrible. Nothing was intuitive about the controller. Like, they just put randoms in places they thought were cool, but it was like somebody who didn't actually play video games
knew like, why was this button here?
Yeah, it's like, we'll just put this here because I wouldn't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
Like PlayStation or like my thumbsticks go where my thumbs are gonna sit.
Yeah, not in the middle.
Not
that's Nintendo 64.
Yeah, they did the middle thing. Whose thumb is in the middle? But hate to cut her short, guys. I don't mean to take over Adam's video, but
that was all the time we had, actually.
That's the time we got.
I'd actually like you being my guest on this
video. Yeah. I am Adam's guest. I don't mean to take over and get loud like this.
So, as being my guest on here, did you have a good time?
I had a great time, man. I'm glad you come over. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed Christopher's little birthday party.
Oh, yeah, it was fun.
We went to McDonald's and had a birthday party for my youngest.
Yeah, that was fun. There was carrot cake.
I
had McChicken.
Some McChicken.
So, this is me to you. It's a ration figure. I am sorry, but the package kind of... Oh, okay. So, this is a ration figure for you.
Okay.
Collection. I apologize, but the cardboard thing kind of came off of it. I tried to glue it back on. But it won't work. I hope you like it.
Don't apologize, man. I'm excited.
Close your eyes.
Okay.
You were talking about him the other day. Now you can open him.
Let's see if I can... Is it somebody new? Like...
No, it's an old timer.
An old timer. No, this is the fucking one I was talking about
that's
too,
what you're
bro.
talking about.
Oh, man. I seen this guy posted online for sale. And I went to share it to Adam because this is... I don't know if you know this. This is Dustin
Rhodes, yeah.
Dustin Rhodes. Gold Dust. Really, really underrated wrestler.
He is.
Never ever got his dues, no matter where he's gone, really.
Nope.
I've always loved Gold Dust. I seen this figure online for sale the other day, and I went to message Adam about it, and it turned out that Adam was the guy that had the figure for sale. Yeah. So I didn't have to message him about it because
I was the one selling
it. It was the one him selling them, and he was selling a duplicate. So that is beautiful. He just gave this to me as a gift. And
it's still in the
it's still in the plastic. I'm gonna find a spot for it to put it up as a home. And thanks a lot, man.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate that, bro. That's awesome.
It's too sweet of a buddy. Take care. Bye.